It is time for the Tuesday edition of Donovan Live. Here's what's coming up on tonight's show. A deadly mishap high above the street. What went wrong aboard a cherry picker in Akron today? Plus, how to tell if identity thieves have opened an account in your name. And known for her things like her hit comedy specials over on Netflix, comedian Jen Kirkman joins us in studio tonight as Donovan Live starts right now. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. And we'll start in Akron on this Tuesday night. A woman falls from a cherry picker truck after contact with an electrical line, and her partner on the job is dead. Chris Ty has more off the top of tonight's 77 Seconds at 7.
They were in a cherry picker trimming trees in Akron when it happened. Contact with an electrical line. Tonight, one man is dead. The female in the vehicle was ejected from the bucket. She's hospitalized for conditions unknown. Happened on Coventry Street here, just east of I-77 near the I-76 exchange. Further down 77, we have some clarity in that shooting at a hospital in Stark County yesterday. Dr. George Cease was the man targeted and killed in the parking lot of Affinity Hospital in Massillon, just west of Canton. The doctor was apparently dating a woman who in the past dated the shooter, who's been identified as Michael Wood. Wood approached the doctor, shot him several times, then turned the gun on himself. Jimmy Fallon paid tribute last night to his mother, Gloria, who passed away November 4th.
She would squeeze my hand 3 times and say, "I love you." And I would squeeze back, "I love you too." Last week, I was in the hospital at her side, and I grabbed her hand and I squeezed, "I love you." And I just knew we were in trouble. Yeah.
Last week of the long-running and successful syndicated radio show Mike and Mike, the sports talk show, partly hosted by Mike Golick, the Cleveland native who's from Willowick, attended St. Joe on the city's east side. He will remain on the show. His partner Mike Greenberg starting his own ESPN TV morning show. Couple really interesting things about the family Golick. Not only is there generational football success and broadcasting success by way of Mike, his brother Bob in Akron.
That's
now
right.
His son is going to be a part of this new show
Mike
in a more
Jr.
meaningful way. So really interesting Cleveland-rooted family doing amazing things.
And at least Mike, well, really all the Golick boys went to St. Joe's when it was St. Joe's before it became Villa Angela St. Joe's. And then they went on and had great careers at Notre Dame. Bob played on a national championship team there.
And his son played at Notre Dame, as I understand.
That's right. Mike's son played at Notre Dame.
His mom's still out in Willowick, has family in Solon and Menor, so a lot of deep roots, but some big changes for them.
All right, thanks. We'll see you a little bit later on in the show. Now, the new Justice League movie comes out this week, featuring superhero heavy hitters like Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. Entertainment Tonight's Nichelle Turner takes us up close with all the action from L.A., including a Wonder Woman controversy.
Hey, Jim, the queen of the Justice League, Gal Gadot, is also on the record about her future in the Wonder Woman sequel.
My views about this topic, and everyone knows how I feel about it.
Wonder Woman holding firm after reports surfaced that Gal might not appear in the planned 2019 Wonder Woman sequel if embattled Hollywood producer Brett Ratner is involved.
The truth is, there's so many people involved in making this movie, and, you know, they all have echoed the same sentiments.
Ratner, who's fighting allegations of sexual misconduct, which he's denied, has stepped away from his dealings with Warner Brothers, the studio behind Wonder Woman. The sequel will begin filming soon. Last night, Gadot was gleaming in gold, re-teaming with her Justice League family at the Hollywood premiere. And it was a party on the carpet with some of the cast busting some dance moves.
This cast member keeps those go-to moves to himself. That's why I quit drinking, because I don't want to be dancing like that anymore.
The king and queen of the red carpet, Aquaman himself, Jason Momoa, and Lisa Bonet, made it a date night.
You said you fell in love with her when you were 8 years old.
I've heard it. I love you.
That's so sweet.
He knew. He knew.
I want that one.
And we will have much more from that red carpet next on ET. I'm Nichelle Turner. Jim, back to you.
Thanks very much. Now, from the reasons you may not want to give a gift card this holiday season to how to find out if an identity thief opened up a bank account in your name. Danielle Serino is here with one for the money. This sounds like it's going to be a good one.
Well, when we talk about identity theft, we
Don't
usually...
let us down. This looks like it's going to be really packed with information.
Well, this is interesting, though, because we usually focus on credit cards, opening cards. I know you still haven't checked your credit, right? Of course not. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Did you at least request a credit report?
I did not.
No. Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you something else to worry about.
What I'm concerned about, and what my wife is concerned about, is airline mileage. That's what we're concerned about on one of the cards that we use.
That they're going to steal it?
Sounds like that's
that has everything to do.
All right,
well, you know what? I know you have a checking account, so here's another thing you have to.
Because you've opened up something
in
under
your
my
name. Well, thieves are opening up checking accounts in people's name, and what's making it worse, it probably won't show up on your credit report. That's why you need to order, and I know you're not going to do it, but for everybody else out there, a checking account report in addition. Haven't heard of that? Well, checking account report shows you your check writing and banking history. Some banks and credit unions use the reports to decide whether to offer you an account. The info can include whether your past account was closed due to unpaid overdrafts or fees. You can also find accounts you might not have closed after you moved or switched accounts, and those open accounts can be costing you money or leave you with negative marks. And just like credit reports, which you can get, you're entitled to one, a free one every year. Okay. I'll put a list of where you can get them on my Facebook page.
All right.
Now that brings us to the topic of cash versus credit. How do you typically pay for your holiday gifts?
Cash.
Oh, you do. Very, very smart. I like to use my Amex because I want to get the points out of it. But a study...
Why did everyone snicker when I said Cheryl wanted to get...
Well, we were talking about identity theft, not about mileage points. Wallet Home shows that though some cards are better than others depending on the coverage you want. For example, you've all heard about price match guarantees. That's when you can get a refund for a price difference if you find it lower somewhere else. Well, about 52% of major credit cards do the same. Wallet Hub says the best cards for that are Chase and Discover cards. You can get up to $500 in coverage per item, $2,500 per year. Now, if you want credit card protections from damage or theft, top honors go to all Citi cards, followed by Chase Sapphire Reserve and JP Morgan Reserve. And I have actually used that several times. This is a me story. I threw an entire bag of new clothing down the incinerator.
Wow.
Don't ask. But American Express covered it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, how do you like that? Now, whether you use cash or credit to shop, apparently the #1 gift people want this holiday season, they're gift cards.
See, I was wondering about that. It seems kind of cold. It also seems a little lazy.
I agree as well. That's what I was going to ask you. And some consumer advocates say they're terrible gifts, especially if you get ones from retailers or restaurants. And that's because it's been a really bad year for business. Major retailers closed more than 5,000 stores this year, as did several mall-based chains, and it's the same with some restaurants. So if you give someone a gift card and don't use it right away, they could be out of luck when the store goes out of business. And with some restaurant gift cards, I bet you didn't notice, you can't put gratuity on them. Not all of them, but some of them. And even the prepaid cards from like Visa or American Express, they have drawbacks because they have fees to buy them.
What's a better way to do it?
Well, if you're going to do something, then give cash.
Yeah.
There's no expiration date. You can use it just about anywhere. And I know it's not a personal gift, but neither are gift cards.
Well, yeah, and a lot of people, that's very easy. You go right up to up to a cashier, and there's a full, kiosk of all different kinds of gift cards.
I mean, you're just the gift. I mean, I'm not a fan. I don't think they're personal, and there are definitely drawbacks, like I mentioned.
You're coming up in 3-on-3.
I am, but wait, we got to say goodbye.
Oh, that's right, and that is Danielle's one for the money.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. A Cavs player gets a reality series, and it's not LeBron. You bet that's a story. Who is it? And what is that show all about? And next, from Conan to Chelsea Lately to Netflix specials, the prolific and hilarious Jen Kirkman comes up with us right after the break.
Channel 3 News at 7, Donovan Live is made possible by Adventure Auto Group, where you can get real deals from real people.
The serious interview where I cry. This is like the Barbara Walters where you make me cry. Okay, I'll just say.
It might provoke them to buy like a nice mug.
Yeah, you know what? I'll say, just want to let you know that they have...
All right, welcome back, everybody. You may know her from her hit Netflix specials or her regular appearances on Conan or Comedy Central. Now, comedian Jen Kirkman brings her unique brand of humor to Hilarities over on East 4th coming up tomorrow night. She's in studio with us tonight. Welcome.
Thank you. I was just checking my hair on the monitor.
It looks good, I'll tell you. And you're, featuring all the comforts of being on Donovan Live. Welcome to the show. We went all out.
Who is the boss here that I can talk to?
The guy that looks like he's in traction right here,
Gio. You are not respecting.
Gio's the guy that has a bad neck.
Donovan needs to be respected.
We need mugs.
You go on a talk show, the mug, the logo, and they give you styrofoam. That's rude to Donovan.
That's
Things better change around here.
I don't think Donovan could have said it any better than that.
Yeah, I know that you can't say anything.
Welcome to Cleveland.
Thank you, sir.
Are you looking forward to tomorrow night?
I think I might blow it off. I was like, when do I ever get a night off and go have dinner, a glass of wine? So I think I'll do the show.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it, but
So when in the many things that you've done, do you enjoy doing your own routine?
Yes.
Rather than writing for somebody else?
Absolutely.
That must be difficult to write for somebody else.
Well, also it's a job, and we get into comedy so we don't have to have a normal job. But sometimes those jobs pay money. And so you go, well, I should do the job sometimes. So it's kind of fun to do. And being on Chelsea, you got to actually be on TV.
Right.
So that helps people know you so they can come see you perform live. But stand-up is just my absolute #1 thing. And this is my 20th year anniversary of being a stand-up.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Where did it start? Where was the first time you did it?
In the back of a bar in Boston, Massachusetts.
That's where I'm from.
You are? Where?
Yes, I am from Milton.
I'm from Needham.
Are you really?
What's up, dude?
Bay State League.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
Freaking Red Sox. Where's the accent?
I'm going to tell you how I got rid of them. I'm often asked this.
Yeah.
How did I get rid of it? Okay, and I got a radio job in Minnesota, and the guy said to me, you have to lose the Boston accent.
Yeah, it helps.
And so what I did was I went home at night, and I used to read magazines out loud. But if... So I want to tell you.
Yeah.
But as soon as I would go home for like Christmas or something like that, I would pick it back up.
Oh, yeah, me
my
too.
mother would, You
have to.
I used to always say to Betsy over there, when I would talk about my mother, she would always say, Mother regard, Jimmy.
Oh, yeah, go on. Because if you come home without your accent, like you think you're better than us, you're some newsman talking fancy.
That's right.
Yeah, you
That's
have
right.
to have the accent when you go home.
What is the atmosphere in the country right now?
Yes.
Seems to be manna from heaven. That's biblical for a comedian.
Well, the only reason it is not sometimes is that you want to, I go on the road hoping I'm preparing an act for the next Netflix special.
Right.
So because news breaks every 6 hours, it's hard to write a new joke that quickly.
That's true.
Yeah. So you kind of talk, I just sort of skirt around it, know, and I talk about like, what I mean? I'm selfish. I talk about myself on stage, so it doesn't really matter what's going on. I mean, we could be having a nuclear war, and I'm like, anyway, I had a crazy morning. Oh, well. But I talk about, like, I have a bit about how, election night didn't go how I wanted it to go.
Okay.
And so I put up my Christmas tree on November 8th. So it's like, I'm talking about politics, but I'm not talking about politics.
All right, when we come back, you're going to come back with us. We're going to talk about 3 on 3. There it is, though, tomorrow night, 8 p.m., Hilarities Comedy Club. There's the way to get tickets, pickwickandfrolic.com, or at the Hilarities box office.
Absolutely.
But Jen's not getting out of here yet.
No.
Okay? She joins us for 3 on 3, and that's next.
Anymore, but then she stopped that one too. So.
Tonight's 3 on 3, a Cavs star gets his own reality show, a new way to embrace your Thanksgiving feast, and an unholy marriage of foods. Danielle Serino joins us, along with Jen. We could do this, but we could just talk, and during the commercial break, I say we just talk, but we'd do this. We were just having such a good time.
We were actually talking about Howard
blowing
Stern.
off the whole segment.
Jimmy went to school with Howard Stern. That's pretty cool, no?
Yeah, I think it's great.
Thank you. Yeah, he was a great guy. First up, though, VH1 is going to feature Cavs guard Iman Shumpert and his wife, singer and actress, is it Tiana?
Don't ask me.
Taylor, in a new reality series coming out in February. The couple are getting a show called, is it Tiana?
I don't know. I mean, I hear she's very famous.
Yes, she was. The show will feature how they both juggle their careers. He actually helped deliver their child. Do you remember that?
I don't know who these people are.
It's Iman Shumpert.
I'm like Iman, David Bowie's wife, the model. Am I in a bubble?
No, I have no clue.
He's a Cavs player.
I have no clue.
What's a Cavs?
A Cavalier, a Cleveland Cavaliers
player. Oh, I'm
player.
a big fan.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
I love the Cavaliers.
I don't watch reality TV. I think it's cool that
No, but do you watch?
No, I really don't. I find it very
TV.
stressful.
Okay.
Because they fight all the time. I can't watch that.
That's reality.
You know, it's like living real life.
So go ahead. Do you have a point about nothing?
No, the point is my point about nothing. I'm just saying if they film around town, I think that would be cool. I don't know if they did, but other than that, you know.
The Cavaliers, I don't know if you know this, won the NBA title a couple of years ago.
Oh.
That's where LeBron James plays.
Okay, now LeBron is still here, right? I know he came back. Okay.
For now, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Right. So I know something.
Stovetop, the folks who make box stuffing, are now selling stuffing-themed stretchy pants. I saw this morning on TV. The idea is to give you some room to expand after that Thanksgiving meal. It sells for $20.
What?
Yes, look at that. That is a tough feeling at 5 o'clock, 5:30.
It's sold for $20. They are sold out.
Are they really?
You cannot buy them anymore.
Oh. Well,
Huh?
then
That is just an indictment
That
of
is
our
better
society.
than the Yuletide log.
I just don't wear pants on Thanksgiving,
Okay,
and
good.
that's because the table no one can see.
That's
So
all good.
it's
That's the
good
way
to
to
see.
go.
That would work too. All right, here
Yeah,
we
if
go.
somebody showed up at my house in that clothing, they're out
You would
the
say
door.
that's it. I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
A college student in Iowa taking culinary blasphemy to a new level. He tweeted this photo of a cheese sandwich which was made entirely of Pop-Tarts. It's gotten hundreds of retweets and comments.
Processed cheese, I might add.
Like Kraft?
Yeah.
Okay. Most people largely grossed out by the combination.
Well, it's funny, some of the tweets that were coming back saying, he's not one of us, he's not from Iowa, send him down to Alabama. Another one said, send him to Mississippi.
Yeah, because you're right, that's processed cheese. I mean, they could get real cheese in Iowa. I mean, if it would be nice if it was like a brie melted on it.
I was thinking the same
If you
thing.
can't get real cheese in Iowa, what does that say about Iowa?
You got a problem.
It says that someone's lazy.
Jen, I'll tell you what, good luck coming up tomorrow at
All those
Hilarities.
cows
We wish
with
you
nothing
well.
to do.
I know you had a routine already planned,
Yeah, for tomorrow night.
but I know that this trip on 3 on 3 right here, you've got a whole new.
Oh, I'm telling everyone what goes on behind the scenes here, what you really said about everything. I'm telling everyone tomorrow night at Hilarities.
Okay, 8 o'clock, everybody. Did you have a good time?
I had a great time.
It
She was
great
running
meeting
around
you.
without pants during the commercial
Don't
break.
tell them that, please.
Time for the weather, and here's Betsy.
We're going to put the brakes on all the fun and hilarity, unfortunately.
Thank you very much.
We
It
have
was nice
temperatures
meeting
that are
you.
going to fade back into the mid-30s as we go through the night. Tonight, partly cloudy to mostly clear skies will be the rule, although we will have increasing clouds toward daybreak. That's as our next storm system moves in. Already seeing some showers out to the west of us. Those showers will become more numerous and move in here as we get into the start of the day, or actually probably mid to late afternoon tomorrow. 9 o'clock temperatures are going to be in the mid-30s. By midnight, we'll be in the low to mid-30s, although we'll still have those partly cloudy skies. Note that the winds will be out of the southeast to get the day going tomorrow. Mid and upper 30s to begin the day, with clouds increasing by midday. Winds are going to be increasing. Temperatures are also going to be increasing. We'll be in the upper 40s. Don't be surprised if we lock into some 50s tomorrow as the rain arrives to northeast Ohio. So it looks like mid to late afternoon, west to east, that rain will be moving in. Could be heavy at times, and that southeast wind will be very breezy for us. We'll continue to have periods of rain through much of the evening. Winds will pick up initially and then drop off. Once they slack off, the rain moves out. This is typical of when a cold front passes through, and indeed that front is going to be making itself known by Thursday morning. As temperatures drop back into the low 30s, it'll be brisk, it'll be cold, and we'll have some lake effect rain-snow mix going on in northern Ohio. That may linger into midday before it starts to fade away as we wrap up the day on Thursday. And it will be a cooler day on Thursday too. 51 for the day tomorrow. Those breezy conditions again, rain setting in mid to late afternoon. We'll be in the low 40s for Thursday, hopefully. Universal Windows Direct forecast then has us in the low 50s Friday. We start partly cloudy late. Right now it looks like well after dark. We'll be getting temperatures into the 50s and the rain moving in. That rain continues into Saturday. Temperatures fall from the mid 50s in the morning to the 40s by the afternoon. And yes, you see it there. Lake snow takes over into Sunday. Jimmy?
Betsy, thanks very much. Coming up to wrap the show up, on a mission of love, meet the little girl on a cross-country trip to hug police officers in every state.
Here's what's coming up tonight on NBC and Channel 3. Brought to you by Montrose. Everybody knows you've got a friend at Montrose.
A little girl is on a mission to hug police officers in every state. Rosalind Baldwin is now in Texas, the 25th state on her list. She'll be heading to the other 25 coming up. She's 7 years old. She's from Louisiana. She simply wants to say thanks to police officers spreading cheer and love. So she gave out hugs over at the Houston Police Academy yesterday, heading to Dallas next. Remember, the idea came after 5 Dallas police officers were killed last year.
God sent me on this mission of love. He said, Rosalind, you need to help these police officers.
I think it just recharges all of our batteries, don't you? Are you recharging our batteries? Yeah.
Ohio is one of the 25 states she still plans to visit, and you can track her progress. Rosalind's progress is online at rosalindloves.com. Very nice. Hey, quick note. Our guy, Terry Francona, finished second in the Manager of the Year award. Paul Molitor from the Twins ended up winning it. But we are still happy we've got our guy. Tomorrow we win the Cy Young Award.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Corey Kluber. He's going to win the Cy Young tomorrow. Entertainment Tonight is next. We're all back with Russ and Sarah leading the way at 11. Have a great night, everybody.